back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta tell y'all, shout out to y'all tapping in with Big Print Champs. Make sure you get all your merchandise. Make sure you do what you gotta do to stay in tune and stay in step. I got a contest coming up real shortly. Real shortly. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to miss this one, man. Draco Stubbs, thank you for the super chat. LB, you making grown men sound like females. I don't know what's up with them, man. I don't know what's up with them. On the internet acting like Wanye. On the internet acting like Tevin Campbell. You know what I'm saying? On the internet acting like Marvin Gaye. It's wild out here, man. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles are 8-1. We just beat the Dallas Cowboys. The game wasn't as close as the score indicates, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? The Philadelphia Eagles were in garbage time from the fourth quarter and beyond. For real, for real. After A.J. Brown scored, the Philadelphia Eagles stopped playing against the Dallas Cowboys, and they started playing against the clock. We got to stop doing that, though, man, because by us not burying these guys, you know what I mean? I feel like the national media has the outlook to have the stance that most, the fair weather Dallas Cowboys fans have. You know what I mean? We gave the national media the chance to coddle Dak Prescott all morning, and that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. The Philadelphia Eagles didn't even play their best game, and they beat the Dallas Cowboys. Our game against Washington was better than this game, in my opinion. You know what I mean? In terms of how the team operated. You know what I'm saying? But we came up with, the major difference in this game. As even as it was on paper, neither quarterback turned the ball over. You know what I mean? Both quarterbacks were throwing touchdowns, scoring touchdowns. As even as the game was, the major difference came from who got it and who don't. The major difference, in my opinion, was the quarterback play. It was the quarterback play. Now it's fluffed up. It's extremely fluffy. It's a lot of dead calories and empty calories that these Cowboys content creators, Cowboys fans, Cowboys media apologists, a lot of empty calories. They're trying to pull the wool over our eyes yet again. They want to say Dak Prescott outplayed Jalen Hurts. This is the aftermath that we got to deal with. We wake up in a world where these guys are happy to have lost. That's the world we woke up in today. They lose to the Eagles, and they immediately look at the next three weak teams that they know they can take advantage of. You can't take advantage of San Fran. You can't take advantage of Philly. These dudes woke up hoping to look happy they lost. We don't respect stuff like that. All you got to do is say good game. But to go as far as say Dak Prescott outplayed Jalen Hurts, that's ludicrous. 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 And I'm not just here to talk. It's ludicrous. Alexander Wright, thank you for the super chat. Been a member for super chat. Go. I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's absolute ludicrous. When you look at the stats, you know what I mean? The stats would say Dak Prescott was cooking. The stats would say that. Dak Prescott only outplayed Jalen Hurts on the stat sheet. Only outplayed him on the stat sheet. The stats say he was balling, right? The stats don't show you they only scored 6 points in the second half of that game. The stats don't show you that. The stats don't show you that the Dallas Cowboys had 4 fourth-quarter drives. 4 fourth-quarter drives. We ain't scored in the fourth quarter. 4 fourth-quarter drives and couldn't take the lead. The stats don't show you that, though. 4 fourth-quarter drives that ended in the 30. Only got 6 points in the second half? The stats don't show you that. It don't show you that. The stats don't show you how many times that they were in striking distance. The stats don't show you how the refs damn near gave them the game. The stats don't show you that, bruh. The stats not going to show you that stuff, man. They had no timeouts, ball at the 14. They ended up in the red zone again and still couldn't do it. The difference in the game is that the Eagles made the plays to win the game. The Eagles made championship plays. The Dallas Cowboys did not. They did not make championship plays. A championship play, let me explain. A championship play is when Gainwell flipped in the end zone. Like, I will not be denied. The first drive of the game for the Eagles. A non-championship play is when Shoemaker, your tight end, don't run deep enough to break the plane and get the touchdown, thus getting tackled short. Turnover on downs. That's a non-superstar play. A non-championship play right there. A non-championship play right there. Jalen Hurts made several championship plays in this game. Recognizing the one-on-one coverage to take the lead in the game. Smitty over top of their head. A championship play. Because at 21-17, when we took the lead coming out the half, they never got the lead back. So how did Dak Prescott what? Outplay who? It don't even make sense for real when you think about it. It's a lot of moral victory celebrations day, LB, of course. It really don't even make no sense when you think about it. Dak Prescott did what? Outplay who? Where? Where was I at? Where was I at when it happened? They can't finish. The QBR for Jalen Hurts when behind, first in the NFL. Nobody plays from behind better than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has 6 straight games when we were down 10, and they all were victories. That's an NFL record. You want to know who last in QBR when playing from behind? Dak Prescott. He's the worst quarterback in the league when they are losing. Because you want to know why? Because if the defense don't help put points on the board, Dak can't shoulder the load. That don't show up on the stats. How long are we going to be okay with these guys trying to get by style points? Y'all lost the game. What silver lining are you trying to find in a loss of a game of this magnitude where division championships are on the line here? What are you trying to gain from it? All morning I hear how Dak was balling. This was not Dak's fault. You want to know what's a championship play? When A.J. Brown said, I will not be denied. Put a move on Bland. Notice I'm saying Bland name a lot. Put a move on Bland. Get in the end zone. I will not be denied. I'm scoring here. That's a championship play. You want to know what's not a championship play? Dak running out of bounds, foot on the line, trying to get a 2-point conversion. Can't outrun Brandon Graham. Was afraid to cut it back inside to fight for the pylon. Reaching for it like a ballerina. That's not a championship play. This is the problem that I've really got with the media this morning, man, is that a lot of these guys feel sorry for Dak Prescott. And I think Ryan Clark is as real as it get. Ryan Clark is one of the real ones. I can tell a real one when I see a real one. But Ryan Clark legitimately feels sorry for Dak Prescott and has concern for the criticism that Dak Prescott get. That's just the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Ryan Clark saying that Dak Prescott showed that he could play in championship moments. How does anything about yesterday prove that? Number one, it wasn't a championship game. It was just a big game. A big game. Dak has not gotten out of big games yet to even get in championship games. So how does that show that Dak Prescott has what it takes to thrive in a championship environment? We never even seen him there. The coddling and the pacifier, whatever they doing, you know what I'm saying? Everything. The coddling is wild. Jose Serrano, thank you for the super chat. Difference between Dallas and the Eagles, our defense didn't cry about calls. We strapped up and came through. Hurts beat them on a bum knee. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's crying and nobody's giving us extra praise for Jalen Hurts performing on a bad knee. Went into the locker room, limping, came out, touchdown. Nobody gave us no praise for that. But instead, what we doing is we praising the loser. Massive Musa, thank you for the super chat. What up, LB? Dak got dumped on his melon. We knew they gonna give Dallas the excuses. When has moral victories ever been valid? Moral victories have never been valid. Moral victories have never been valid. There's nothing valid about a moral victory. Your mom give you moral victories after you lose. You'll get them next time, son. This is a grown man sport. Alexander Wright, thank you for the super chat. Dallas just played their Super Bowl and choked. They absolutely choked. That's all they do. That's all they do. The moment was too big for the Dallas Cowboys last night. Time and time again, we see this, man. We see this time and time again. But it's our fault, though, because for real, we should have blew them out. We should have blew them out. It's our fault. After we go down there and score, you know what I'm saying, on the second possession of the game, we get them at 2nd and 1, you know what I mean? What we do? Try to hurry up, and the play ends up being negative. What are we trying to do here? You know what I'm saying? 3rd and 3. Should have ran the ball in that situation. We throw a go ball to AJ. Just get the game over with. They don't even get the garbage time points that they're looking for. Get the game over with. The Dallas Cowboys trailed the whole second half, but somehow Dak fought back. Dak fought a valiant fight. They scored 23 points, man. 23 points. The game was good, though. I'm not going to lie. The game was good. Dak ain't played bad. From 20 to 20, Dak was excellent. Even in the red zone some yesterday, they was 3 for 4. Dak Prescott was excellent. Excellent. But what type of extra sauce y'all putting on his loss for this guy? He lost the game. Lost the game. Dak actually gave amazing effort. You're not going to see a better Dak Prescott than that. Nobody's going to see a better Dak Prescott than that this year. He tried all he could. He tried all he could. Nobody's going to see it. You know what I'm saying? This is the last hope they holding on to. Is that maybe Dak Prescott's stats are more impressive than the wins Jalen Hurts keeps stacking. Just maybe. Just maybe. Jalen Hurts lost 2 regular season games in like 2 years. It's about winning over here, man. Donnell Shipley, thank you for the super chat. I agree, this should have been a blowout, but I think our defense isn't made for blowouts. They give up too much. Yeah, and the defense, man, they got to tighten up, man. They definitely got to tighten up, man. But it's hard to talk crazy to these guys being 8-1. It's hard to talk crazy to these guys being 8-1. They don't give it up, man. And Dallas had ample opportunity to take that lead, man, and the defense ain't let it happen. The defense said it won't happen on my watch, bro. I know they've been driving up and down the field low-key, but they're not getting in here. They just not getting in here. The defense would not allow it. So I got respect for the defense for real, though. Jalen's stats are still better than Dak, of course. LB, they tried to hurt Jalen on purpose, and they eventually did hurt Dallas. Those dudes are cheats and losers, period. You know what I mean? I think some of the plays had a little extra sauce on it for real. You know what I mean? When a team can line up in a QB sneak and move you as easy as we was moving them, you know what I'm saying? They would feel some type of way. Michael Parsons was out there crowd surfing, jumping on top of the pile while the whole pile still moving the other way. Dak Prescott got flipped on his McNugget. They dipped Dak Prescott in blackened ranch. Dipped him on his biscuit yesterday. So I understand the hate. I understand the hate towards the Philadelphia Eagles. I understand the hate towards some Philadelphia Eagles fans. I really get it. I get it, man. Like, we talk about this all the time, man. The Dallas Cowboys are front runners, man. I'm not even as excited as some of y'all thought that I would be. I expected this, man. It's not a shock to me. I expected this. What I didn't expect was the amount of Cowboys fans who go back and forth with me all the time acting like little girls now because they lost the game. Because y'all know, if the Philadelphia Eagles would have lost this game, y'all know what would have happened to me on all platforms. On all platforms. On all platforms, they'd have been coming for me, yo. It would have been no hiding for me, and I would have had to stand on that. Some of these guys don't stand on none of the stuff they say. They just talk just to talk. It's like, you say CeeDee Lamb better than A.J. Brown. Everybody in A.J. Brown got 1,000 yards already. A.J. Brown has 1,000 yards at the bye. 1,000 yards at a week 9, at a week 10 bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, halfway through the season, dude got a stack. Y'all never gonna walk that back, though. Y'all always gonna, y'all never gonna keep it real. Like, y'all never gonna say A.J. Brown is better than CeeDee Lamb. Because you biased. I don't care how much film you watch. You'll never keep it that real. If y'all had A.J. Brown and we had CeeDee Lamb, I'd have kept it real. Night Rider, thank you for the super chat. That got dipped in honey, definitely did. Mark Walls, thank you for the super chat. LB, we need 5 more wins to lock up the division. Let's go. We're going to get that. We're going to get that. Pissed me off. They keep letting CeeDee Lamb catch wide open passes, fam. It's not about CeeDee Lamb and the wide open passes. This is how Dak really got a lot of these yards for real, for real. The defensive line was just getting so close to getting to him, but we wasn't getting to him enough. We started getting to him more in the fourth quarter, putting more pressure on him. You know what I mean? Disguising things, sending free guys at him. In the beginning of the game, we couldn't smell his jersey, and that's a lot of time for any wide receiver, yo. A lot of time for any wide receiver to find the hole, especially somebody as good as CD. Furman Figueroa, thank you for the super chat. They talking about the boys and nothing on us. I don't know what they talking about. I don't watch it. I just see some of the cap. You know what I mean? I see some of the coddling, like they want to hold Dak's hand and say he did okay. It's not his fault. What up, though, LB? I noticed the last few games, our secondary is getting caught looking at the backfield, which is causing them to get beat. We're gonna check that out on the film. That's a good point. You know what I mean? That's a good point. Like, listen, you could give Dak Prescott praise for his performance. I'm cool with that. But coddling him, dog, he an 8-year vet. An 8-year vet just lost to a quarterback that's 25, who's clearly better than him. You know what I mean? And second in MVP odds again. You know what I mean? Probably going to be all-pro again. You know what I mean? He's an 8-year vet, the longest tenured player in the NFC. And now they don't want him. Now they treat him like he's a rookie. He had a great game, but for who he is, he did play well. That's almost disrespect. I wouldn't even want that. I wouldn't even want that, bro. It's like coming up to me knowing I dropped 50 in the NBA game and asking me about my 50-point performance like we lost. You know what I mean? Like we lost. And Dak's so happy in a fashion that Dak is so scared of the media. He's like, we lost, but at least it wasn't me. Man, it kind of was you. Shamir King Spain, thank you for the super chat. I feel like Mahomes and Dak overrated. Patrick Mahomes is not overrated. Dak is not overrated either. Dak is rated right where he should be. Dak is Derek Carr to me, man. Kirk Cousins is nothing special, but he definitely deserved to be in the league. I won 600 off that game last night. I love playing the Cowgirls. Yeah, they sweet. They definitely sweet. You know what I mean? So my gripe is not with any of the praise that Dak Prescott gets. My gripe is with, how we move the goalposts and how we judge certain people. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's talking about nobody's praising. Nobody's going to praise Lamar Jackson if he come up short like that. They get all the props and none for us. We won. I don't care. I don't care about the props. We know we won. We know we won. We know we won, bro. The game is over. We 8-1. They 5-3. You know what I mean? We don't want no props for beating a team who ain't real. We know they not real. What props we want for them? And it trickles all the way down, bro. It trickles all the way down. We know they're not real, man. Besides like 5 content creators on the side, for real. Like everybody else is just recycling talking points. We got our right guard of the future. Yeah, Steen definitely came up clutch. Papa Joe Philly, thank you for the super chat. Yo, LB, they lost a Super Bowl. They lost a Super Bowl twice. They lost a Super Bowl twice. They was talking crazy to the 49ers. Got walked up and down the field like a cocker spaniel. You know what I'm saying? They was talking crazy to us. Came to the link, left with an L. How many times can you lose the Super Bowl in one season? How many times? We seen this movie before from them, bro. We saw the empty calorie stat, good game. We saw this, bro. Remember, the Dallas Cowboys were the first team in NFL history. 4,000-yard passer, 10 touchdown receiver, 10 touchdown catches for a guy, 1,000 yards receiving for a guy, 1,000 yards rushing for a guy, 10 sacks for a guy, 10 rushing touchdowns for a guy, 10 interceptions for a guy. They were the first team in NFL history to do that, and they still didn't get to a conference game. We've seen this movie before. Ashan, thank you for the super chat. Say, yo, LB, I think it's time for you to have another meeting at the round table during our bye week. Know what I mean? Us bullies will be in the building. Louis T and now Law turn. I like Law, though, to be honest. Yeah, Law's a stand-up guy. Law's one of the greatest people I've met doing this thing. You know what I mean? So I know Law gonna give an honest, you know what I'm saying, about the situation. Law might talk about the penalties, you know what I mean? But I can't give penalties an excuse. I'm never gonna give penalties an excuse. It gotta be something egregious. But this is what I'll say about penalties. We've been on the wrong end of it. Nobody cried for us. Nobody ain't changed no rules for us. I'm not saying that they was on the wrong end of it, but if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan crying about penalties about last night's game, when both teams were penalized 10 times and y'all had more penalty yards, like what are you crying about? What more do you want to happen to us to help y'all win? We both got 10 penalties called on us. Y'all had more penalty yards and y'all favored than us. What more could you possibly want? Just crying just to cry. Papa Joe, thank you for the super chat. What up? The secondary has to tighten up. For sure, the secondary definitely got to get right. They definitely, here we had 10 of them things. The secondary definitely got to get right. We lost Super Bowl on the penalty. Facts. Devontae Smith had a bomb on DeRon Bland. They was cooking Bland. They was cooking Bland. AJ scored. Well, AJ didn't really score on Bland, but Bland missed the tackle that led AJ to score. Smitty just went right by Bland. Hand in air, piece of delivery, man, touchdown. 1,000 people in the building. We need Roby back. I think getting Roby back would really help us. I think you see him after the bye, but we need this bye, man. The biggest thing that I've learned was, like, you really need this bye week. You need this bye. You got to use this bye to, like, get your body right, man, because the second half of the season going to be grueling. Going to be grueling. We should see some Cam Jurgens back, but the way Steen is playing, man, I really like Steen, especially in pass blocking situations. Steen is like that, man. But I think our run game will be better when you get Cam Jurgens back, because Cam Jurgens getting to that second level blocking with Kelsey and them big dinosaurs on the left side of the line. I mean, the sky's the limit for the run game. And I think now, with us bringing back Penny, I would like to see Cam Jurgens get back in, because I think it's time. I think we're about to really ratchet up the physical football. I think we're about to get real physical with a lot of teams. And this bye week, like I said, will be the catalyst for it, man. It's well needed and well deserved. You know what I mean? Steen definitely was a dog yesterday. My guy Hot Dime, what's up? Micah cooked Steen a couple of times. I mean, that's expected, man. That's Micah Parsons. That's Micah Parsons. That's Micah Parsons, man. We need to have some type of intervention with Bradbury, though. I think Bradbury had a couple bad games this season. I'm not gonna never say Bradbury trash or Bradbury done. I don't think it's going that far for me. But you know, Bradbury also made the play at the end of the game. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta take what comes with it. Shaquille Burton, thank you for the super chat. Am I the only one that feels like our secondary looks like ass because our D-line isn't getting home enough? The side needs to either start rushing 5 or calling zone blitzes. You got to do something different, man. I mean, this is the thing. The Dallas Cowboys pass protection was pretty good for a lot of the first half. That's why Dak had all that time. But when Hassan and them start wearing them down, Hassan started getting there. We brought a blitz up the middle with N'Kobe and Fletch. They combined for a sack. So, you know what I mean? Hassan was really close a couple times. Hassan Reddick was really, really close. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's gonna iron itself out. I think Hassan closing in on 10 sacks, 8.5. He goes to the bye and get healthy. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts getting healthy is a main point of concern moving forward for us. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to rest up on this bye. Devontae Jones, thank you for the super chat. The tackle that injured Gollard was dirty. It was kind of dirty, but when you stick that arm up there, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm just glad he held on to the ball. That was a dirty tackle, man. Like, broke my man's arm. But you know what I mean? Like I said, it's football. Great to be an Eagle fan. My guy, Philly Mike. What's going on, Mike? Mike said, great to be an Eagles fan. We definitely going to do GOAT talk, man. We got a lot to discuss. Got out for 4 weeks. I think that's what I heard. Then, so he going on IR. What you sipping on, Brunson? That drink look good. Oh, it's this is a raspberry pink lemonade sparkling water. Raspberry pink lemonade sparkling water. Come in a can. I think they're from Trader Joe's. We looking at Gronk. I heard that. Don't be spoiling my video. I got brewing. I heard something about Gronk. That would be major distribution. We're definitely in need for a tight end. If you lose Dallas Goedert for 4 weeks, it's hard to replace Dallas Goedert, bro. Go get us Gronk. You know what I'm saying? Screw Gronk. I don't want his drinking. Gronk do his job. I don't care what Gronk do on his off time. Go get us Gronk. Don't bring back no. I think Albert O can. No, I don't think Albert O could get it done. Go get us Gronk. You know what I'm saying? Gronk is a great pass blocker. Hassan got 7.5. Okay. If you can get me Gronk, get me Gronk. Gronk will fit in here with the physicality, with the nastiness that we play with, the grit. Go get us Gronk next to this O-line? Are you crazy? Gronk and Philly gonna be wild. OJ Howard out there, I can see that happening. Big Simple, what's up? I can see OJ Howard. A more realistic choice would be OJ Howard. But if you could get me Gronk while Dallas Goedert is healing up, the word is 4 weeks. If you can get me Gronk, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. A lot of Hall of Famers will be on that roster if you go get Gronk. A lot of Hall of Famers will be on that roster if you go get Gronk. Right now, I think A.J. Brown is putting together a Hall of Fame career. You know what I'm saying? Right before our eyes. I think that if Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl this year, I think he's putting together a Hall of Fame career as well. Right before our eyes. Jalen Hurts last night got the most rushing touchdowns of any Eagles quarterback of all time. With guys like Vic, Randall, Donovan. Come on. Shaquille Barton, thank you for the super chat. Still waiting on Byard to show up. Let him get some time, man. Let him get some time. Let him get acclimated. He made a real good play yesterday. Alexander Wright. Gronk is a blue-collar player. That's a good look. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. How long has Gronk been out the game, though? You know what I mean? But like I said, if you go get Rob Gronkowski, man, that would be brilliant. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to touch in on that and how he fits in a little later when we get the official news on Dallas Goedert after the aftermath. You know, so speaking of aftermath, you know, with beating these guys, it came with a lot of crying on Twitter from a lot of their content creators. It came with guys saying a lot of wild things like the better team didn't win. These guys are babies. These guys woke up coping, went to sleep in the onesie. You know what I mean? Braylon Johnson, thank you for the super chat. It's time to draft and groom another tight end. I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? These guys just, you know, the better team won. One team 8-1, the other team 5-3. The other team 5-3. Y'all acting like we had the same record to begin with. Had y'all would have won, y'all wouldn't been able to lay claim to the better team. We got the best record in the National Football League. That was Des Bryant's tweet, I think. The better team did not win the day. We talked about this. You want to know why you wasn't the better team last night? Because you failed to make the superstar plays. You failed to make the clutch plays. You failed. You failed to make the clutch plays to win you the game. You know what I'm saying? We gave y'all the ball 4 times in the fourth quarter. We stayed at 28 points. We didn't do no damage in the fourth quarter. We took our foot off the gas. We relaxed. We gave y'all the ball 4 times to take the lead and win that game. The refs even helped y'all. The refs even helped y'all. We even fumbled. Y'all couldn't get on the fumble fast enough. We tried our hardest to throw that game away. We tried our hardest to have me making a different. We were so close to me making a different video due to our own negligence. You pile on our own negligence, the things we caused that happen to ourselves, with the fact that y'all had 4 opportunities. You had 4 drives in the fourth quarter that stopped at the 30. That stopped at the 30. The 30 or shorter. You know what I'm saying? The 30 or closer, or however you want to say it. 6 points in the second half. What do you mean the better team didn't win? If you give Jalen Hurts 4 chances against this Dallas defense to get you 7 points and take the lead, I guarantee you the Philadelphia Eagles win the game. Because from playing from behind, Jalen Hurts has the highest QBR in the league. Playing from behind, Dak Prescott has the worst. And it showed last night. Jalen had to take the lead, never gave it back. Dak never got the lead back. That's a real stat. That's a real stat that showed up in the game. These style points these guys are looking for, you know what I mean? CeeDee Lamb, 11 receptions, 190 yards. No touchdowns, though. Y'all needed a touchdown from him. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I already knew the Dallas Cowboys wasn't on our level. You know what I'm saying? I already knew it. You know what I mean? The Bills not on our level. The 49ers not on our level. The only thing that's on our level is the Lombardi. Dave Dust, thanks for the super chat. I'm only here for Lombardi talk. That's it, man. I'm only here for the Lombardi. None of these teams we play scare me. The Chiefs, I'll pay attention to that. That's the Chiefs. But they're not going to beat us either. I don't know where our next L going to come, but I just don't see nobody messing with us. It's 2 years in a row I've been feeling like that. 2 years in a row I've been feeling like that. 2 years in a row, 2 years in a row. I've been 8-1 or 9-0 at this point, feeling like nobody can touch us. Still ain't play our best ball yet, man. Still ain't play our best ball yet, 8-1. You should very well be 9-0 for real, for the Jets. The flukiest loss of all time. LB, what you feel about our secondary back-to-back games like that, though? Alexis, man, I think we have a real self-aware secondary. We got a real self-aware secondary. And I think that I think guys like Slade, they know what needs to be done. They know the message that need to get sent. They know they need to be better. You know what I'm saying? And I think when it's time to be better, they will be better. As weird as that sounds, when it's time to be great, they will be great. It was time to be great for the Dolphins. It was time when you start saying that Patrick Mahomes is and them guys across from you, then I think these guys will start to like tighten up. Dak don't put that type of fear in them. You know what I mean? As sad as it sounds, Dak don't put that type of fear in them. But I am concerned with and I talked about this. I'm concerned with Nakobe Dean and the way he covers. A lot of people gave me flack for saying Nakobe Dean wasn't great in coverage. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to drag Nakobe Dean. I want Nakobe Dean to be the best Nakobe Dean possible, but Nakobe Dean is a liability in coverage. He's a liability in coverage. The middle of the field will always be open with Nakobe Dean out there and Zach Cunningham. But you can't take Zach Cunningham off the field because he do things like flip quarterbacks on a biscuit. You got to give Anthony Morrow the Nakobe Dean snaps. You got to, bro. You got to. You got to get him snaps to Anthony Morrow. You know what I'm saying? Eli Ricks, too. He get burnt too much. Eli is a rookie that's getting thrown in the fire. I respect that the Philadelphia Eagles are doing that. I respect that the Eagles are trying to give Eli Ricks as much time as possible. I respect it. And I respect that he's getting his bumps and bruises early. Like we not trying to like stash him. But I don't like Ricks in the slot for sure. We can agree to that. I don't like Ricks in the slot at all. But you know, another tight end, you definitely need that down the stretch. Here's a thought. Here's a crazy thought. Julio at tight end would be crazy. Julio Jones at tight end would be crazy. He got the same body stature as Kyle Pitts. Julio Jones at tight end would be crazy. The Philadelphia Eagles have the tools to correct this in-house or to go out and get something to happen. You know what I'm saying? I would put Julio Jones in that tight end in passing situations. I would put Julio Jones in that tight end. I think if you put Julio Jones at tight end, you put 3 more years on his career. You put 3 more years on his career if you put him at tight end. That is a scary offense. While Dallas got to get healthy, because you only put him in for red zone situations anyway. Julio at tight end would be the move, man. I'm giving away too much of the juice, man. You heard that here first before somebody else tried to do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all get to y'all lunch. I'm gonna get this video brewing. I got a couple things to do at work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep applying pressure. Y'all know what it is, though, man. I got nothing but love for y'all, man. Thank y'all for tapping in lunchtime with the bullies. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. More